What day is today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah? What day was yesterday? Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. And how about on Monday? Did you come to school on Monday?
In this low intermediate level adult ESL class, the instructor Laurel Owensby focuses her students on the topic of today's reading, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Why was Monday a holiday? For Abraham Lincoln's birthday, right? What's happening next Monday? George Washington's birthday. So no school again next Monday. On the blackboard, you see a picture on the left side. Who is it? George Washington, it says on the top, right? And on the right side, who is this? Abraham Lincoln. We've studied a little bit about George Washington before. What do you remember about George Washington? What do you know about George Washington?
The first president.
Okay, excellent. Excellent, Francisco. He was the first president. What else do we know about George Washington?
Laurel encourages the students to volunteer any information they already know about Washington and Lincoln. When the information they volunteer is related to the reading, Laurel writes key words and phrases on the board.
What is the title of the story? Two great presidents. Good. The story has different parts. How many parts are in the story?
3.
Yeah, there are 3.
Laurel has passed out copies of the reading and is asking questions that direct the students' attention to its various sections.
I'm trying to encourage the skill of looking at a piece of paper and figuring out what you're about to read, and using certain clues like the illustrations or the title, or in this case, headings over different sections, to know what to expect with each part of the reading.
Please read the story now to yourselves quietly. Just read the story.
And why do you have the students read silently?
Well, ultimately, I think that's what reading is a student or anyone picking up a piece of paper and figuring out what's there with no help from anybody else. And so in my classroom, I want them to have that experience, even though there's a lot of discussion before that, and again after that. I want the room to be quiet, and I want them to be able to read at their own speed.
Now I'd like you to look at your paper, please, again, and listen. Look at your paper and listen to me at the same time. 2 great presidents.
After the students have had a chance to read the story to themselves as best they can, Laurel reads it to them as they follow along.
Abraham Lincoln is remembered as a strong leader during a very difficult time. Okay? Why don't you look at your paper one more time, read it again, and circle any word that you don't understand.
Why did you have them circle some unfamiliar words?
Well, I think whether or not the teacher focuses on it, the students are likely to focus on vocabulary and feel frustrated about words that they don't know, and sometimes not continue reading. So I want them to know that, yes, I'm aware that there are new words, they can circle them, and that we will be talking about them after they finish reading.
Other words that are difficult today or are new?
After the students have circled words that are new to them, Laurel puts those words on the board.
Against, yeah. I thought that one would be a very difficult word. Okay, against. Other words that are new for you today or are difficult? Uh-huh. A one-room log cabin. Yeah. Then it says they were strong leaders, right? They were strong leaders, okay?
Once the new words are on the board, Laurel helps the students guess their meanings.
They were strong leaders. Does that mean that Abraham Lincoln could pick up a house?
No.
No, right? I mean, sometimes we use strong to mean somebody with big muscles, right? Who's strong in this class? I'm not strong. Ezekiel, are you strong? Yeah? Let me see your muscles. Okay. Yeah. He's strong. Okay? Now, in the story today, it says a strong leader. Yeah? Does that mean Abraham Lincoln had big muscles? No. What does it mean? Strong ideas.
Because the idea is the most important thing. You don't have to be a strong man. Use your idea. And that's it.
Can everybody hear him? Yes. He says there are two kinds of strong, right? There's this kind. What's this kind?
Muscle.
Strong muscles, right? Like Ezekiel. And there's this kind. What's this kind? He said strong ideas. Strong ideas. Where did they go after Kentucky? Where did the family move?
The next series of activities focuses on details in the reading. The first activity is at the map.
Okay, can you go up from Kentucky, please, Jose?
Part of the vocabulary of that story was the names of several states. I think it's important that my students have some kind of a visual picture of where those states are, and by seeing a place on a map, looking at the directions, they get an image of the Lincoln family moving first north and then west.
West. So they moved north, and then they moved west. They went from Kentucky to Indiana to Illinois. I'll read a sentence, and you'll tell me either thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay. Lincoln and Washington are famous presidents. Everybody agrees? Nobody says no? Okay. They were born in January.
In this yes or no activity, there's a practical reason for having the students answer with thumbs up or down.
Were they born in January?
If they're answering in a chorus, I usually only hear the strong voices, and they're the ones that are confident that they know the correct answer. The students who aren't sure just don't answer or speak very quietly. And with a nonverbal gesture, it's easier for me to see who's understanding and who's not.
Some up and some down, and some are not sure. Okay, let's listen again. This one's a little bit tricky. Washington was born in 1932. Down, right? Maybe Jose was born in 1932. Was Abraham Lincoln born in February or January?
In this activity, the students select the correct answer from the two choices Laurel gives them.
Was he for slavery or against slavery? Against slavery. Against slavery. Okay? Who won the war, the North or the South?
The North.
The North, right, the North. And did Lincoln die because he was sick, or did he die because he was shot?
He was shot.
He was shot. What was George Washington's occupation before he was president?
Next, Laurel asks questions which require the students to recall information from the story.
Excellent. What was his job when he was a soldier? What was his job in the army? A chief or a general, right?
Laurel's questions through this series of activities are sequenced from the more simple to the more complex.
With his family.
The easiest questions are yes or no, because the students don't have to put together a response. Or an either-or question where they're just repeating back one of the words or phrases that they just heard in the question. A WH question requires them to put together more of an answer, or to look at their story and to find what they want to answer.